Good morning, everyone. Today is 23rd July, and we are discussing The Hindu. On the front page, we have a news from Sri Lanka. They have elected a new prime minister, but nobody knows for how long he is lasting. So no need to remember the name for now. One important news which is there can be asked in some state level exams and all. The awards for National Film Awards 2020 has been announced, and the best movie is Sorari Pottaru from Tamil Nadu, and in another movie which won the award is Tanaji, the Unsung Warrior. You can read about the National Film Awards in a little detail. Other than that, we have a news on editorial page. The first article is very important. It happens very less often that we get some articles, tutorials about history. So this article is very important from historical perspective in your NCERTs of class 6 or in class 12 theme 1. You might have read about the theory of Aryan invasion. Now, there are a lot of people who do not abide by this idea, those who discredit this whole theory of Aryan invasion. One such person is the governor of Tamil Nadu, R.N. Ravi. He had made some remarks in Tamil Nadu recently that the distinction between Aryans and Dravidians is actually not a racial difference. Racial difference means genetically they are not different. This is only a geographical difference. Racially, both Aryans and Dravidians are same. This is an attempt to reject the Aryan invasion theory. Although the same idea was proposed by Golwalkar, M.S. Golwalkar of RSS in his book, The Bunch of Thoughts. The author is saying that there are ample amount of studies, research, which prove that there was an invasion. Aryans are actually not the original inhabitants of the India. There has been an influx of migration for a very long time in India, and the Aryans have probably moved during Harappan civilization in India around 2000 BCE to 1500 BCE. Before this, it is supposed that Harappan civilization was basically a pre-Dravidian society. So you can go through some of the texts or some of the arguments given here. I would suggest you to go and revise your history books as well. We had a long discussion about the invasion and the counter and theories in the counter and in support of this idea. Then there are two articles. It also happens very rarely that we get two editorials on the same issue. So there's two editorials, one from the Hindu themselves and one other from Chandrajit Banerjee. It's talking about the falling rupee. The stance of the Hindu is that Indian currency has fallen, but it's still overvalued. It means that it should even furthermore if we want to be competitive in the export. Now, if you have not read economics, these concepts can be very difficult for you to understand. So I would suggest you that avoid economics topics for now. Until unless you have gone through such topics, you have read the basics of these topics, it will be very difficult for you to understand. So instead of wasting your time, just leave them for some time and go and read your basics first and then come back and study such topics. Those who have read this article is very good for you. This article is talking about some of the measures that government has taken in order to strengthen rupee. I hope if you will read this, you will be able to understand all these topics. In our regular newspaper classes, we will be discussing about all these measures in detail and what impact these can have. Now, this article is important in context of international relations. Putin has been on a visit to Iran, and in Iran, the president of Russia and from Iran and the president of Turkey. They are meeting, and this is hailed as trilateral meeting. So Russia is trying to create its own bloc against the Western powers. It is yet to be seen that how it develops. There are many inherent conflicts in this grouping. Turkey, which is a member of NATO itself, it's showing closeness to Russia. A lot of game of chess going on here. We have to see. If you are interested in international relations, this can be a very important article. Now, this news is something which is there for a very long time. Prime Minister Modi has often suggested one nation, the idea of one nation, one election. There are some obvious benefits of such a system, and now this issue of one nation, one election has been referred to Law Commission. What you can do is you can read more about the issue of one nation, one election, why we need one election, what are the problems with holding so many elections. So this is all the news that we have today. There is nothing else to discuss for now. Goodbye.